When people look at my work, what I want them to remember is sometimes it is a little bit difficult. Yeah, it is a little bit difficult, but they shouldn't give up. They should just look at how I started my craft from day one, and now I've achieved what I want, yeah, successfully.
Emmanuel Senaya Fianu is a master craftsman joining us all the way from Accra, Ghana. Emmanuel's journey began as a child, carving discarded wood with handmade tools in the streets of Accra. Through years of sacrifice and persistence, he transformed that raw passion into a stunning career rooted in deep cultural storytelling. Today, he combines wood carving, metalwork, and embossed aluminum to create sculptures that reflect identity, struggle, and lived experience.
The best thing you need to do is when you are like, as an artist, what you need to do is sometimes you need to find a peaceful place and be thinking about what to bring to life.
In this episode, we explore what it looks like to be truly called to create, how friends, habits, and environment can protect or damage your purpose, and why humility and quiet discipline often speak louder than talent alone. This episode is for creatives, dreamers, and purpose-driven people who need encouragement to stay with their gift when life, environment, or other people make it hard to keep going. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. So excited to have you with us here today.
Oh, I really appreciate that a lot, and thank you so much for inviting me to your show. Yeah.
So, how did your journey into wood carving begin?
Well, before it, everything started as a small boy. Yeah, as a young boy. By then I was 10 to 12 years. Yeah. So one day I was sitting on a bench and I saw some man using a sharp blade carving something like a max. By then the man was not from Ghana, he was from Togo. So he just came to Ghana just for one or two things. So when I saw him doing this thing, I felt like interested. Like the moment the man would be like carving the marks, like cutting some part of the marks, like the wood, or it always feel like I'm the one doing it. My hands always shake. Yeah, that's where I get the idea of carving. So by then I have no tools. Yeah, I have no tools. So everything started at a young age, schoolboy. Yeah,
Mhm, mhm. Wow, that is amazing. So you started off very early. How did you
yeah.
continue? How did you learn your craft?
Well, by then, I sometimes like after like, getting the idea interested in wood carving.
Mhm.
Well, I always go to like those people who used to do the carpentry work nearby my area. Yeah, so I always go to that place after they close work. Yeah, I used to go to their place and look for waste wood and used to carve something like wood carving because I've already get the idea and the feeling that maybe I can do this thing. Yeah. So I always go to that place and take those kind of scrap wood like waste wood and do it. Yeah.
Wow, wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you fell in love with the art, with the craft at an
By
early.
then, when I was doing these kind of things, yeah, I sometimes, when I go to school, I sometimes use sharp knife or blade to carve something like snake on my pencil and maxes on my pencil. By then, a lot of my friends were not like liking it. Yeah, but some of them too used to tell me, you must keep on doing it. This will take you far. And I said, oh, no problem. I'll keep on doing it. So a lot of my friends discourage me, like, it's like those kind of things, maybe some spirit can enter inside and other stuff, So I did not give up on what they are saying, yeah. So I continuously doing it, yeah.
So it sounds like you had a lot of negativity around moving forward
Yeah.
with your craft. But what did you tell yourself to keep going? Because when people tell you something negative, it's very easy to stop doing it. How did you keep going?
Well, I tell myself that no matter how it is, when a footballer go to a football field and get hurt, no matter how like maybe when the person break his leg, no matter how it is, who may definitely go back on the football field to play again. So I agree with the idea, yeah. So no matter how what they'll say, this is what I will be doing it. Yeah. So from there I just started pushing myself. Even by then, my parent wasn't allowing me to do it. Yeah, my parent was even thinking about some spirit masama the wood and other stuff. So they told me I should stop doing this thing. So when I graduate school, they will let me learn carpentry work. Yeah, but I refuse. I keep on doing it. After graduating school, and they just let me learn the carpentry work. So on 2004 to 2008, well, after graduating the carpentry work, I decided to tell myself, no, this is what I want to do. I don't think the carpentry work can even work for me. I did my best and go the streets and learn the carving, the crafts, yeah, from other artists at the Accra Art Center. Then I have no place to sleep. I have no food to eat. I have no clothes to, like, I have nothing. So when I went to the streets, I told the people, the carvers, that I have been doing this kind of artwork for a long time, and I wanted to make my dream to come true as a craftsman. And they said, can I do it? Because it is a lot of challenges. It is a lot of challenges. So can I do it? And I say, yes, I can do it, because I've already learned a carpentry work before. So I have experience of learning work and other stuff. So they decided me to stay with them and be doing this kind of craft work. By then, I have no place to sleep. I have nowhere to go. So when it's raining, it is a little bit hard for me on the streets. Yeah, I used to mingle myself in some corner just to get, just to feel okay. Yeah, after the rain. So from there, I take my bench and I sleep on it until daybreak. Yeah, when daybreak, I go to the artists, because in Accra Art Center, there are a lot of artists that place. There are people from different countries like Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone. Lot of artists from there. So everybody with a style of how he used to craft his things. So I decided to learn my artwork from them. Yeah, by then I have ideas. So I have to polish my hand how I can, like, I have to polish my hand to get what I want to do, like, for in future as a craftsman. So I did not learn the craft work from only one person. I learned it from different masters. Yeah. After graduating, like completing my carpentry work on 2008, I started the carpentry work 2004. So 2008, I left, like, I graduated the carpentry work and went to the street for the carving. Yeah. So from there, when I went to the artists, they intentionally like give me a gesso to do something. So from there, they see the passion on me, and they see, like, they get to know I can do this and this and that. So from there, they say, oh, I should be staying with them. So when the night I have no place to sleep, I have to sleep on benches till daybreak. So from there, I get to learn more works from them. I learn how to do drums, choral instruments, calabash arts, and the wood carving, embossing aluminium arts, embossing brass, beadworks on wood. I learned a lot of works from them. Yeah. So
Wow.
from there, I become more popular in the art market of Accra Art Center. And by then, people used to call me Edo. The Edo is like, is my traditional name. My traditional, that name is not to be given to anybody. Yeah, because twins were, like, twins. I'm a twins younger brother. Yeah. So that name Edo cannot be given to anybody. So from there, they used to call me at the market Edo, 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 Edo. So from there, I became popular at the market as a craftsman. So I get to know a lot of work, how to do a lot of work. Yeah.
What types of work do you feel comfortable creating? Because I love your work. I love the African wood mass.
I really love crafting maxes, like carving maxes a lot, because Max, when it comes to West Africa, Max is rich in West Africa. Like, it's a, like, everywhere you go, like every Max with its history. They have Dan Max. They have a lot of Maxes, Funk Max. There are a lot of Maxes in West African. Something like Benin have their own traditional Maxes. Ivory Coast have their own traditional maxes. Sierra Leone have their own traditional maxes. Liberia have their own traditional maxes. And the reason why I choose to become a craftsman is art is international. Everywhere I go, I can do my crafts, because I stopped the carpentry work, like, not to be doing it in a sense that I just wanted to be a craftsman. So everywhere I go, I can do my work because in West Africa, like let's say Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Ghana, and other countries, they have their own art markets. So when I carry my bag and my Jesus like this, when I go to that place, let's say I have no accommodation, no matter how I show my skills, I may get someone to support who will support me and give me a place to stay and do my arts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I intentionally choose craft work, and it has been me from day one. Yeah. So when I'm not even feeling well, let's say I'm not feeling well, I always feel like to do something. Yeah. I always feel like to wake up and do something because it has been haunting me for a long time. Yeah, and I can't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my calling. Because sometimes I used to sit down and ask myself, I am a reborn because sometimes I don't understand what I sometimes create.
Mm.
Because the thing just came into my mind. I said, no, let me just do something. So before I will see, then I just create something.
Wow.
Yeah.
You feel as if some of your work has a message? Are you trying to send a message?
Yeah, a lot of my works have message. A lot of my works have message.
Mm. What is one message that you want people to take away from your work when they view your craftsmanship?
Well, what I can give it to people is, well, believing in your skills, sometimes you have to ignore because when you believe yourself that you can be doing this, and be like telling people, yeah, I know how to do this, I know how to be like bluffing and other stuff, God is going to put you down. Yeah,
So it sounds like staying humble.
yeah.
Mhm.
Staying like being humble and just doing your thing. Let people talk about what you are doing. Yeah,
So be humble, but still believe in your work and other
well,
people see your talent.
talent. Yeah. Because there was some time ago, I created some wooden bowl for one customer in Accra Art Center. So the customer put the bowl on market, and another customer came and see the bowl and he said, "No, who created this bowl?" And the person said, "There's a guy called Edo, because Accra Art Center they normally call me Edo. They don't call me Emmanuel." So they said this guy who is the Edo who did the bowl. So they called me that I should come and do the same exactly boat for them. So I did the same boat for them, and they take that boat to some import and export company. That company to call, like they tell the person that who they even ask that person that the person that who did this boat to me, they should call the person again. So by then I was working very seriously at the workshop. Yeah, and they came to the workshop and come and call me that this person that said I should come so that he can take me to the place that I wanted to like export his items. So like the person who is at that place is looking for the person who did that bowl. So I went to that place and collect some orders from the man and did for the man. So from there they started doing some documentary about me and other stuff because they say how I used to create the bowl, the thing made this machine. So I started doing some videos about me while I was working. Yeah.
Emmanuel, you've been known to say that every carving tells a story of culture, patience, and tradition.
Yeah.
Tell us more about what that means.
Well, some are like maxes like this because I have some maxes called Fulani Max, and those maxes are from the Fulani tribe from Nigeria. Yeah, and it's always moving pair, and that is male and female. The female one is the princess, and the male is the prince. Yeah. So it's they always use it for their ceremony. Sometimes, let's say in a wedding, yeah, wedding ceremony, they normally use it for that. Yeah, and there are some maxes too called Dan, and Dan from Ivory Coast is a tribe. Yeah, and Dan people to like there is a man called Dan, is the one who created the max from the Dan tribe. So from there, people began to learn how to do it for like they began to begin it for the tribe. Yeah.
That's fascinating. I love the fact that the work that you do ties back to purpose. Not only you following your calling, but purpose and a contribution to the culture, which is so important. Emmanuel, earlier in our conversation, you mentioned that you chose the work that you do today because it's almost like you didn't have boundaries. You would be able to travel. And I just want to congratulate you for being selected to participate in the Global Art for Peace. So it sounds like you're going to Switzerland.
Yeah,
That's a wonderful international art project. I just want to congratulate you on
thank you so much.
accomplishment as well as the other accomplishments that you have achieved. Do you believe creativity is something people are born with, or do you think it's something that can be developed over time?
Well, a lot of people are born with creativity. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of people, and like it takes time for them to get to know that this is what God has been given to them to be doing. Yeah, and what makes them like the reason why it takes time for them to get to know that God, this is what God has been given to them to be doing is, you know, in this world, we have friends. Sometimes people follow friends. So let's say at the age of 10 to 12 to 11 to 15 years, sometimes like you are with your parents. So you have no time to go to, like, you have no audacity, like you are with your parent, they cannot accept you to be following friends and other stuff. Yeah, that's where sometimes you may get your idea of creating something at the age of 10 to 12 to 15 years. Yeah, but sometimes to some people, like they get to know their talent at the age of 20 years. Yeah, because they started like making lot of friends. Sometimes sitting with friends and be chatting and other stuff that cannot make you recognize, like, get idea of like creating something. I hope you understand me.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, that's wonderful.
because what I'm actually saying is when you are born at the age of 12 to 15 years, sometimes when you have a disciplined parent, they won't allow you to be moving around with friends. That's where you get the idea of creating something. Yeah, maybe drawing or creating, like doing crafts. Yeah, but if you don't have a disciplined parent, at the age of from 10 to 20 years, you've been chasing friends, chatting and other stuff. How can you think of like creating something? Because always you have been following friends, playing board and other stuff, like other things. So that cannot make you get the idea of creating something. So sometimes when you have a disciplined parent, it is better to get to know, like you will get to know what you want to do in future. But if you don't have a disciplined parent, you'll be moving around with boys, hanging around with boys, maybe drinking in a sport and other stuff. That cannot make you like to get what you want to do in future. Yeah,
Yes. So it sounds to me as if you're saying the people you're around matter
yeah,
because if
yeah.
you don't have the right people around you, then maybe you won't develop your talent. Instead,
Talent, yeah, yeah,
you might go and party. Or if you don't have parents who are disciplined and want you to focus, then you will focus on the wrong things. You'll focus on something
yeah,
that you're not called to
yeah,
do.
yeah,
I believe that the people we surround ourselves with matter and they help
yes,
us grow. They do.
yeah.
And you were at the Accra Center.
Yeah, I was before I was in Accra Art Center. By now, I'm not at that place. Yeah, because right now I have my own workshop that I've been doing my crafts. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I've been working at the Accra Art Center for so many years, and by now I've stopped working at that place. By I have people at that place. I sometimes go to visit them. Yeah, and
Mhm.
people from that place too used to come to me at the workshop and give me jobs to do. Yeah, and at the same time, so I always cross the border from Ghana to Togo, Benin to make business and come back home. Yeah,
That's fantastic. What advice would you give to creatives who want to pursue art but are afraid to fully go for it? Do you have any advice for them?
yeah, I have advice for them. When art is calling you, there is nothing like can stop you unless you follow bad friends. Yeah, because bad friends will always tell you the bad thing. This your talent. It won't take you anywhere. It won't move you anywhere. Yeah. So when art is calling you, you always need to like find a better place, like a peaceful place and doing your thing. That makes you feel okay. But when you are hanging around with friends, there's nothing like can make you get what you want. Yeah.
I do want to ask you, how did you stay so focused on your craft, especially during difficult times? How did you keep going? Because a lot of people struggle and they just want to give up, Emmanuel, because it's tough. How did you keep going despite the fact you were sleeping on a bench and you didn't have a place to stay, and now you have your own studio?
Well, art is full of challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Art is full of challenges. Sometimes it is very difficult. Yeah, it is very difficult. Because when I was on the street like this, things was tough for me. On the street like this, there are smokers, there are drunk people used to drink, like drunkard people. Yeah. Sometimes they always come to me and they smell a lot. Yeah. But what is in my mind that I wanted to do as a craftsman is what I wanted to do. So I ignored them and focus on what I wanted to like do. Yeah. So from there, like I learned a lot of things from that side. Yeah. Like how to be at a quiet place and the, thinking of what to create. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you didn't let distractions stop you.
Yeah.
You stayed focused and you knew what you wanted to do, so you didn't give up on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When people think about your work, what do you want people to remember?
When people look at my work, what I want them to remember is sometimes it is a little bit difficult. Yeah, it is a little bit difficult, but they shouldn't give up. They should just look at how I started my craft from day one, and now I've achieved what I want. Yeah, successfully.
It sounds like that's your legacy. That's your
Yeah,
legacy. What I'm hearing is that you want people to see the hard work that you've put in and all.
yeah.
Is there anything that you want to share that I haven't asked you? Or do you have anything that you would like to share with our listeners?
Yeah, I would like to tell people, everyone who is an artist, well, artwork like this, artwork doesn't go with friends. Yeah, especially bad friends. And artwork, when you are artist, never, never, never try to take alcohol or smoke. Always just find a peaceful place and be thinking about how to like create something like to bring something to life. Yeah, because the reason why I'm saying alcohol and smoke is not good for artists is, for me like this, I see those things like it always weak the brain, yeah, and it always weak the soul as an artist, yeah. The best thing you need to do is when you are like as an artist, what you need to do is sometimes you need to find a peaceful place and be thinking about what to bring to life, yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like think about creating, think about
yeah,
how you can give back.
yeah.
Yeah, it's powerful. Emmanuel, thank you so much for being a guest on the show, sharing your background, your experience. I know that it's going to inspire others. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you left feeling inspired and energized to follow your own path with purpose and creativity. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and until next time, keep creating, keep dreaming, and keep living your purpose.